each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yep. I got everything I wanted. I got everything I wanted. I don't even know anybody's here yet. No, not yet. Depending on how many people show up is how long it'll be, because, yeah, that's just how it works. I'll wait a few minutes. I'm not doing much sharing on this one. And now that I got the restream thing down again, it's going to change, though. I have to restart. I have to redo it all over again, but I at least figured out a system to get it done. Get her done. I had to rechange my jury duty. I had jury duty. I don't mind jury duty. The only reason that I wouldn't want to go to jury duty is because I have to sit there and wait and I can't go have a cigarette. But I actually like the courtroom as long as I'm not the one in trouble. As long as I'm not in trouble. Yeah, I love Law and Order and court shows, and I'm actually pretty familiar with a lot of the law and proceedings and stuff. I don't know why that interests me. Probably because I was a part of it, in my youth. That's right. From the ages 14 to almost 17, I went to court 32 times. I don't know how I think I had looked at my record or something. Nope, I wasn't in trouble. No. Weird, huh? Actually, out of all of those, there was only one place where it was a charge against me, and that was it was a misdemeanor marijuana charge. My mom had found a bowl on the dryer downstairs and charged me. Well, she didn't show up for court, and they dropped the charge. Then I went on past, but no, I always had to go see Commissioner Allen because I was in the system. But it's not like I was being adopted or something. So it was just a check. Those were check-ins. Yeah, kind of. It's a little bit of an inconvenience when you got to go to court, talk to the judge about how you're doing. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name's Dion. If you're here, please say hello whether you're watching live or the rewatch. I've changed shirts so many times today. I had a different shirt on for this. Amber, Daryl, good to see you both. This is not going to be a long one. I just wanted to catch up. I want to catch everybody up. And, this seems to be the easiest way. Do you know what the new detox is going to have? A smoking area. I got almost everything I wanted. We're all on board. We're probably 6 months out before we open, but yeah, we did it. We've done it. The goal. Daryl, you're here like twice from your two different accounts, but the goal is to eliminate treatment or the wait time between detox and treatment. We had some good discussions on a few things. I can tell the main person I was talking with, Kathy, I can tell she's in the program. I can just tell. Maybe not in this program, but she's worked the steps. I can tell by the way she talks, her eyes. There were just certain things, right? But here's the cool part. Here's what we're getting to. So, a couple of things. What we're doing is we're going to be working with the police officers here in Adams County, and what's going to happen is, because sometimes, like the churches, like Pastor Marcia sometimes has to call the police on people because the homeless have broken in and they're drunk and she doesn't have another outlet. But what's going to happen now is those police are going to meet up with a van And then those people are going to take them to detox. Because she's like, I don't want to press charges against these people. She's like, but I have to in order to do anything. That's cool, Daryl. Take care of what you need to. This is just kind of a light one, catching everybody up. And you know I'm gonna fucking yak your ear off about it anyway. It's no biggie. I just figure I'd entertain Amber while she's sick at home. That way she doesn't have to watch Jerry Springer all day. Actually, I think it's the Steve Wilkos show now. So they're gonna take him there, but there's one better. They call them bridges, and what we're doing is we're just creating bridges between what they do there, because they have to follow the government rules, but we do not. Okay. So depending on what we need to do is what's going to happen, right? But yeah, if somebody is there and they want help, it isn't really going to be the peer support. Okay, I've asked them to call AA. I want you guys need to call the AA hotline. Okay. So what's going to happen with the new detox is they're going to be calling us. Us. I said us. Because we're over here. This is our area. Now, if central office decides to stop quitting spending our money at free, I'll include them. But otherwise, no. It's not a requirement. I don't have to. And there are so many things. There are so many different ways, right? There are so many different ways to quote unquote recover. And no, there's not. And that was actually one of the explanations that I had to them, because they would say, well, we got to give those multiple pathways to recovery. And I said, but you don't understand multiple pathways to recovery, because that's not it. I said, I don't speak the same when I'm talking to them. Marcia said I didn't swear once. Right. I also let them know we don't like AUD. We don't like unhoused. We prefer homeless and drunks and alcoholics and stuff. You know, even the separation of what treatment you're going to. But there was one big thing we agreed on: treatments for everyone and no wait time. We're going to get rid of it. Everybody wants the hospital just as bad as we do. And I do think it's going to happen. I do. It is not a guarantee yet. It is in Adams County's court right now. Last time I talked to Adams County, they said it was in Aurora Mental Health Court, right? And they were saying at one point, they're like, yeah, we have a meeting. We actually have a meeting with Adams County this afternoon. And I kept going, well, maybe you guys should just invite me. You know, it's great that you two are meeting, but you're missing a vital part. You are. And I'm going to do a little bit of bragging here. Okay. They're not going to be able to find somebody like me. That person does not exist in Colorado. I'm it. I've gone all around the state and said, hey, we need to do this right. We need to do this right. Who can help me? Who can help me? And people are helping where they can. But in this situation where you got to advocate, stand up, you're going to be the center of attention. Everybody's going to be fucking looking at you. Yeah, it's fine that everybody's okay that I'm doing it. So I'm just taking it. I'm going to take it. If, you know, and I know people are supporting me on it because I've asked. And they said, well, do you have a group of people? Do you have a company? And I said, yeah, I have a group of people, but it's anonymous. And somehow I was chosen to speak. And that's all I said on it. So you're going to be seeing some changes in Colorado. You're going to be seeing some changes in AA. Yeah. Well, maybe not some of us, you know. If you're going to some of these in-person meetings in Colorado, man, it's like, you know, I go and I don't even hear fucking solution. I just hear everybody complaining about what's going on that day. I'm like, there's no solution to this. You know? That's why I like Vitality. I like that new Vitality, because there are a couple people that kind of dump. But for the most part, it is very solution oriented. Very solution oriented. Okay. Although there's one guy that keeps asking, is that girl new? It's like, why do you fucking care, dude? Stop it. Stop. He's next on my list of this 13 stepping crap. Jesus Christ. All right. I've kind of worked my way into my leadership position because I'm no longer asking people for help. I'm just saying, hey, can you do this for me? And it's working. It's working. It is. Not mean. It's just direction, right? That was one of the things that I talked to them about was because they were saying we need to let them decide what kind of path of recovery to go down. And I said, well, there aren't all these pathways to recovery. There's AA, there's Celebrate Recovery, there's Smart Recovery, there's Wellbriety. We've got 4 of them. And they're like, oh, all right, okay. And I'm a little bit older. I said, did you guys watch Andy Griffith showing up? The Andy Griffith show growing up? Didn't you ever see how he would never let Opie have anything shiny? He always made, because when you give alcoholics shiny things, they'll run with it. And what they need is direction. They need the right direction. And you need to do that or they're going to flounder. And that's where we come in. But now they get it. Well, it's not that they didn't get it, okay? But the process is going to change. The people that want help, okay? Because not everybody in detox wants help, okay? Maybe 40% of them, okay, do want help. About 70% ask for help, but 30% of it is boredom. But with a smoking area and some sugar, we'll get rid of that boredom. Yes, a smoking area at the detox. Isn't that funny? I didn't think they were going to give in to half my stuff. And they gave me almost everything. They said, yes, Dion. Yeah, that's what we need to do. So now we've moved from arguing and this other stuff to now we're on the same side. Now we can get something done. Okay, the left hand knows what the right hand is doing now. But if I would not have interfered with that, we would have just gotten the same bullshit. Right? Now, there are going to be some things coming up, and I'm going to be wanting to hear from people. Right? We need to hear from the community. Okay? And it's kind of one of those things where if you don't say anything, then you're just going to have to accept what we give you. If you don't say anything. And why is that important? Because I don't have all the ideas. When she brought up creating bridges, I said, the way that we can help, and we don't need the government, we don't need to pay anybody. I'm like, I know a lot of people that want to do 12-step work because it's not available here. You guys are missing out on a whole thing, and it is the 12 steps. You need to call AA, and you will have a better success rate, period. And I asked them, I said, can we talk about going to a success rate? They're not capable of doing it. The government really doesn't provide that anymore. Yeah. Hey, Patricia, it's good to see you. So I've worked hard at this. It's 3:33, by the way. And a lot of different people have given me suggestions and help and support, and you got this, and and I'm happy for that. So I'm feeling a little satisfied right now that things got accomplished. And I can see the full implication of what's going to happen because I've been there before. Right? But see this, it's Thursday. It's Thursday and we're all going to get together and we're kind of hanging out, but the phone's going to ring constantly. Okay? Because this is the way 12-step calls used to work, and they still could. But since the phone ain't ringing, boredom ensues. So what do? We start getting, which I think is a good idea. Fuck. So we gather in groups at somebody's house and we wait for the phone to ring, kind of just like we wait for somebody to ask us to be their sponsor. And no, no. So what does that mean? Well, that means, well, if we get a phone call and they're in Littleton, then we're going to call the district for that area. Yeah, which already kind of happens. But instead of having to do a potluck and movie night, we'll be busy 12 stepping. I said, you need to make it available so people can come in and help. That's what you need. If you're not going to have the right peer support, they're also going to give us new training specific to peer support specialists, and they will be raising the pay. You're welcome. Yeah. So good job, everybody. Good job, Dia. I'm claiming spiritual progress. That's how you do that. It says it in the book. We claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. Well, if you're claiming spiritual perfection and you're not doing that anymore, what are you claiming? You got to claim the spiritual progress. That's how we know that we're doing better. If you don't claim spiritual progress, when I do not claim spiritual progress, happens is my emotional sobriety will come into play and I will start using other people for my prestige and the other stuff. Yes, I will. Yeah. So I did bring up money again and told them, of course, they never say anything. That's why I want to get them all in one meeting. So I can say, hey, I put a lot of work into this. How are you guys going to pay me? Because only about 5% of this is AA, and I'm not going to, you know me, I'm not going to take nothing for that. Okay, but when I have to utilize my resources of the time that I spent on to get to there, yes, you bet. That was the other thing. We will be responsible for our resources. Right now, when you go to detox, well, it may have changed. She said that there's been some change at East Metro Detox, and I believe her. It may have changed. You know? My old boss isn't there anymore. I guess somewhere else. He's a good guy. Wrong position now. So yeah, a lot of neat things are happening here, and it's nice. It's nice because you know, and every time I do that, the people that are out there manipulating and taking advantage of other people get more taken away from them. Yeah. Now all the detoxes are very aware of the body brokering. And if you have people coming in and out from your place, you're going to be questioned and you will not get that. We will not send them back to you. Yes. Once you are in detox, they have that power. You bet. Now, if the person begs to go back, sure, we're going to let them go back. But we're going to say, hey, you just came from a place that we don't recommend. We recommend this place. This will be a lot better for you for what you're doing. Because isn't that what we're good at? Finding out people's needs and then supplying those needs. That's all we're doing. But gosh, it takes a tribe. It takes a lot of different people. All right. Now, what does this do? It also secures everything that I need for the Hayworth house. See, now I don't need to contact another company. I've got my treatment. I've got my IOP. I've got my mental. I've got it all. And you know what they take? They take Medicaid. Thank you, God. See, now all I really need to do is start looking for peer support stuff. Yeah. But what I'll be looking for is like recovery coaches or people that just want to help. That cleared like 80% of my board. That's why it was a big meeting for me. Because resources. See, we used to have the best and it was Arapaho House. And that's a lot of people that used to work at Arapaho House work there now, and that's what we're gonna turn it back into. Watch. And it's all the stuff that I say by, it really does come down to this. Everybody's got to get back in their fucking lane. Nobody's in their lane. You know, going to AA meetings, people are like, alcoholism and addiction are the same thing. So they no, it's not. I brought that up in the meeting. They're like, yeah, that's not how that works. It's not, and when I brought up, the hospital, I'm like, if you have alcoholism, you're going to go to floor 3 if it's opiates or something else. I'm like, you guys know that better than I do. Okay. But now we had the people that can make a difference for us are going to make a difference for us. So, all right. That's what I had on it. Any more, honestly, and I'm just going to be bragging. I'll put it this way. The detox wouldn't even be happening if I wouldn't have done something. That's the only brag I'll give you. But it would not be happening right now. It would have been 4 years down the road, along with treatment. If there would have been a 51st place in the country, we would have made it. Because, Amber, how long was it ago that I figured out there's 50 states in the country and not 52? I don't know how I came up with that, but I did. See, you tell your mind something long enough, it tends to believe it. Would anybody like to buy my $2,000 2007 Mercedes Benz? Let me know. You want to trade me a car for it? I think the starter went out. Something's going on. I tell you this, anybody with a mechanical mind, be a great car for. It's a really good car. I just don't have the money nor the gumption to work on the darn thing. Not only though that, but it's going to rain snow and it ain't going to do crap for me. What I need is a piece of shit Honda or Toyota. I prefer a stick, and I'll even trade. I tell you, I don't care. As long as my brother-in-law doesn't want it first, because I'm going to give him first dibs, but he ain't got $4,000 nor a car to trade to me. So he'll try, but I ain't got time, right? I had to borrow I have to borrow my son's car tomorrow because I'm taking a friend to court. I'm going to court with them. We're going to go to lunch and go to court. I try not to. Your car is, yeah, it's a Toyota. Yeah. See, I just want to, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a piece of shit, but I don't care how fast I need to go. And I don't care. I need something reliable where if the battery goes out, it's not going to cost me $7,000 to fucking replace it. It took me 2 days to find the fucking battery in that car because everywhere on the internet said it was here and here, and it wasn't. It's in my trunk, and you have to pull everything out. So, yeah. Okay, well, I'll trade you, Patricia, but you're gonna have to drive up here because my car's not working. That'd be a long drive, wouldn't it? I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I can appreciate that. I got seat warmers, but if it ain't starting, what good is it? It's just a piece of metal. It's a hunk of metal sitting out front right now. That's all it is. So I think it's the starter. But it's funny because I try and start it, my clock goes, woo, 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 woo. It's an analog clock, which means it's not digital. It's not the numbers. Do they even teach you how to tell time on analog clocks anymore? They don't teach cursive. So, all right. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Not just for this, but for everything. If I didn't have people to talk to about this, if I didn't have a place to vent or go, there's no way I could have gotten this done. Without people saying, Dion, you got this. Without people saying, Dion, we believe in you. We trust you. What the hard part was, I didn't know if everybody trusted me to speak for them, but I guess they do. And that's weird. That's weird. All right. Good stuff. All right. I love you. I'm ending now. I love you. Peace out.